Finding and living your Ikigai. Life purpose in daily action. The garden that serves both beauty and nourishment, that expresses the gardener's authentic nature while feeding the community, embodies the perfect integration of passion and purpose, individual gifts and collective needs. In such gardens, every daily tending becomes meaningful not because of grand design, but because each small act serves something larger while honoring what feels most natural to the one who tends. In the mountain villages of Okinawa, where some of the world's longest-lived people tend terraced gardens that have fed families for generations, Ikigai emerges not from dramatic revelation, but through quiet integration of daily activities that serve both individual satisfaction and community well-being. The grandmother who rises each morning to tend vegetables, prepare family meals, and participate in village activities experiences purpose not as abstract mission, but as lived reality where what she loves, excels at, contributes, and sustains converge naturally through activities that feel like breathing rather than work. Watch her hands as she selects the ripest tomatoes, noting which plants need water, which require support, which have given their full harvest and deserve grateful rest. Her expertise developed across decades of patient attention. Her love for this work evident in the gentle care she brings to each plant. Her service to family nutrition, woven seamlessly into daily rhythm. Her contribution to household economy, so natural it requires no conscious calculation. She experiences no separation between personal fulfillment and community contribution, no struggle to balance authentic expression with practical responsibility, no anxiety about whether her purpose is significant enough or properly recognized. Her Ikigai lives in the integration itself, the daily expression of care, competence, service, and sustainability that requires no justification beyond the quiet satisfaction it provides and the nourishment it creates for those she loves. This practical approach contrasts sharply with Western interpretations that often emphasize career transformation, singular passion pursuit, or mystical calling discovery. Authentic Ikigai operates as dynamic life integration rather than fixed destination, evolving through different phases while maintaining core elements that provide direction without requiring constant dramatic adjustment or the anxiety of believing purpose must be perfectly discovered and implemented. Understanding Ikigai as daily practice rather than achievement enables approaches that work within current circumstances while gradually moving toward greater alignment between natural gifts, authentic interests, contribution opportunities, and practical sustainability. This perspective transforms ordinary activities into purposeful engagement through conscious attention to elements already present in your life, much like recognizing that the garden you've been tending already contains the seeds of deeper meaning. The profound truth about Ikigai discovery lies not in finding something entirely new, but in recognizing the purpose threads already woven through your experience, then consciously strengthening and integrating them into more coherent expression. Like gardeners who suddenly see how scattered plantings could form beautiful functional patterns with small adjustments rather than complete redesign, Ikigai often emerges through deeper appreciation and intentional cultivation of what already exists rather than dramatic life overhaul. Beyond popular misconceptions, recovering authentic purpose. Contemporary Western culture has transformed Ikigai from a sustainable life philosophy into pressure-generating expectations that distort its practical wisdom, creating what might be called purpose anxiety that prevents the very integration it claims to support. The romanticized version demands singular life passion, perfect career purpose alignment, or dramatic transformation that resolves all the dissatisfaction through finding ideal work that feels effortless and provides complete fulfillment. These misconceptions create inadequacy for people whose circumstances don't allow dramatic career changes, whose interests don't translate obviously into economic opportunities, or whose responsibilities require practical compromise between ideal expression and family obligations. Rather than serving as gentle guide for life integration, Ikigai becomes another source of self-improvement pressure when expectations exceed realistic possibilities. The singular passion myth particularly damages people whose authentic nature includes multiple interests or whose purpose expresses through various channels rather than one dramatic calling. The accountant who finds meaning in both analytical work and community theater, the parent whose purpose flows through both childcare and environmental advocacy, the teacher whose gifts serve both classroom instruction and weekend music performance. These integrated expressions often feel inadequate when compared to stories of people who found their one true calling and transformed their entire life around it. The career purpose view and expectation ignores the reality that many people's authentic gifts and deepest contributions may be supported by, rather than expressed through their economic activities. The nurse whose primary purpose involves family nurturing, enabled by healthcare income that provides security for generous parenting. The administrative worker whose true calling serves community organizing, funded by steady employment that creates freedom for volunteer leadership. These arrangements reflect mature understanding of how different life elements can support rather than compete with each other. The dramatic transformation pressure prevents appreciation of purpose evolution that happens gradually through small adjustments, seasonal cycles, and life phase transitions that honor both continuity and change. Most authentic purpose development resembles garden evolution across seasons rather than landscape replacement, building on existing foundations while allowing natural growth toward fuller expression. The Japanese understanding emphasizes gradual enhancement through purpose integration rather than circumstance replacement through dramatic change. Meaning and satisfaction emerge through conscious engagement with available opportunities rather than waiting for perfect conditions that may never arise or prove sustainable over time. This approach recognizes that authentic purpose often develops through working skillfully with constraints rather than requiring their elimination. Traditional Ikigai includes acceptance of practical constraints as context within which purpose develops, rather than obstacles preventing authentic expression. The single parent whose purpose expresses through children's development within economic limitations. The caregiver whose service calling unfolds through elder care responsibilities. The artist whose creativity flourishes through weekend expression while weekday work provides stability. These contexts shape rather than prevent meaningful purpose development. The perfect intersection fallacy suggests that authentic Ikigai requires all four elements to align completely before experiencing purpose satisfaction. In reality, purpose often emerges through partial alignment that gradually strengthens over time, with different elements receiving primary emphasis during different life seasons while maintaining awareness of overall direction. Consider someone working in corporate finance who dreams of environmental activism. The pressure-based approach would demand immediate career change to achieve Ikigai, creating financial stress and family disruption that ultimately serves neither authentic expression nor sustainable contribution. The authentic approach would explore how current analytical skills could serve environmental causes through volunteer work, how workplace efficiency could create time for meaningful activities, and how financial expertise could contribute to environmental organizations while maintaining family security. This gradual integration often proves more sustainable and ultimately more satisfying than dramatic transformation because it honors both authentic calling and practical wisdom, creating purpose expression that supports rather than threatens other important life elements. The environmental passion finds genuine outlet while financial skills receive appropriate appreciation and family needs maintain necessary support. The four elements as living practice. Discovering your natural integration. What you love encompasses authentic interests that generate intrinsic motivation rather than external reward dependency, including subtle preferences that may not feel dramatic but provide consistent satisfaction when engaged. Your loves might include problem solving, learning new concepts, helping others develop skills, creating beauty, analyzing systems, facilitating group harmony, or countless other expressions that feel natural rather than forced. Distinguishing authentic love from cultural shoulds requires careful attention to the difference between interests that energize you consistently versus those that sound impressive or generate social approval, but leave you feeling drained or hollow. Authentic loves often feel almost embarrassingly simple or obvious to you while appearing remarkable to others who struggle in those areas. Notice activities you choose voluntarily during free time, subjects that capture attention in conversations, and experiences that energize rather than drain you, even when they involve effort or challenge. These patterns reveal authentic interests that could find expression within various life contexts rather than requiring specific career paths or perfect circumstances. The quiet nature of many authentic loves means they may not match cultural images of passionate obsession or dramatic calling, instead appearing as preferences for certain types of problems, ways of helping, or approaches to creating that feel like natural expressions of who you are rather than exciting discoveries of who you might become. The accountant who genuinely enjoys bringing order to chaos, finding the story that numbers tell about business health, and helping colleagues understand financial realities experiences authentic love even when this interest lacks the glamour associated with more obviously creative or humanitarian callings. This analytical love could find expression through nonprofit financial management, small business consulting, teaching financial literacy, or countless other applications that serve real needs. What you are good at includes natural gifts, developed abilities, and accumulated wisdom that enable valuable contribution within available contexts, focusing on relative strengths rather than absolute expertise requirements. Your capabilities include both obvious skills and subtle competencies others recognize in you, even when they feel effortless or unremarkable to you. Why others often see our gifts more clearly than we do relates to the psychological phenomenon where our natural abilities feel so normal to us that we underestimate their value while struggling to understand why others find difficult what feels simple to us. The person who naturally diffuses tense situations may not recognize this as remarkable skill because it requires no conscious effort, while others marvel at their seemingly magical ability to restore harmony. Your capabilities include explaining complex concepts in simple terms, organizing systems that others find overwhelming, recognizing patterns that escape others' notice, motivating people through difficult periods, maintaining calm during crises, creating beauty from ordinary materials, or sensing what others need without being told. These gifts often reveal themselves through what people naturally ask your help with, what tasks feel easy compared to others' struggles, and what contributions you make without conscious calculation. The difference between natural aptitude and developed competence matters for Ikigai discovery because authentic gifts often emerge from the intersection of both, areas where natural inclination meets sustained development through practice, experience, and conscious cultivation. Your strongest capabilities typically combine innate ability with genuine interest that motivated continued learning and refinement over time. Ask trusted friends what they consider your natural gifts. Observe which activities feel effortless compared to others' struggles. Notice which situations naturally draw people to seek your help or perspective, and pay attention to compliments you tend to dismiss because the praised ability feels too obvious to deserve recognition. What the world needs encompasses contribution opportunities within family, community, workplace, and broader contexts that could benefit from available skills and interests, including both obvious service possibilities and subtle support that might not feel dramatic but serves collective well-being through countless small acts of care, competence, and authentic presence. Needs exist at every scale and every level of drama. Your neighbor might need help with technology that feels simple to you but overwhelming to them. Your workplace might benefit from improved communication that your natural diplomatic skills could facilitate. Your community might require volunteers for local projects that could use your organizing abilities. Your family might need the stability your steady presence provides, or the joy your humor brings to difficult situations. The ripple effects of authentic service mean that contributions often matter far beyond their apparent scope. The teacher who takes extra time with struggling students may never know that patient encouragement prevented someone from dropping out of school. The coworker who consistently brings calm presence to stressful meetings creates conditions where others can do their best work. The parent who models emotional regulation teaches children skills they'll carry throughout their lives. Finding the specific way your gifts address needs others can't meet reveals Ikigai's unique contribution aspect, not just identifying generic needs and generic abilities, but recognizing the particular way your combination of loves, skills, and perspective creates value that wouldn't exist without your specific participation. This might involve bringing analytical skills to creative projects, artistic sensibility to business problems, nurturing abilities to professional contexts, or systematic thinking to community organizing. The environmental scientist whose Ikigai emerges through making climate research accessible to ordinary people, using communication gifts to bridge technical expertise with public understanding. The accountant whose purpose expresses through helping small nonprofits understand their financial health, combining analytical skills with service motivation. The parent whose life satisfaction comes partly from creating family stability that enables spouses' creative work, using organizational gifts to support another's authentic expression. What you can be paid for includes diverse approaches to economic sustainability, ranging from traditional employment to entrepreneurial ventures, service provision, creative work, and resource management. Recognizing that financial needs can be met through various combinations of activities that may not perfectly align with other purpose elements, but enable overall life integration where meaning occurs through multiple channels. Economic sustainability enables rather than contains purpose expression when approached with understanding that financial stability creates freedom for authentic contribution rather than requiring career purpose fusion for meaningful life. The nurse whose steady income enables generous volunteer work with homeless populations. The office manager whose reliable employment provides security for family care that represents their deepest calling. The freelance consultant whose varied projects fund artistic expression that brings profound satisfaction. Creative approaches to economic sustainability recognize that traditional career paths represent only one option among many for meeting financial needs while supporting purpose expression. Multiple income streams, seasonal work patterns, geographic arbitrage, skill bartering, resource sharing, and countless other arrangements can create economic foundation that enables rather than constrains authentic purpose development. The difference between enough and endless in economic thinking proves crucial for Ikigai development because endless growth expectations often prevent recognition of economic sustainability that already exists, while enough thinking enables appreciation of current capacity to support purpose expression without requiring dramatic income increases or career changes. Consider the family that discovers their current income already provides sufficient security for one parent to pursue community organizing, volunteer teaching, or artistic development that represents authentic purpose expression. Once they release assumptions about needing constant economic growth to justify life satisfaction. Daily integration practice, living your purpose in ordinary moments. Most people possess significantly more Ikigai potential within existing circumstances than they recognize because cultural emphasis on dramatic transformation prevents appreciation of purpose elements embedded within current responsibilities, work activities, community involvement, and personal interests. Like gardeners who fail to notice the beneficial plants already growing in their space while searching for exotic additions, we often overlook purpose expressions already available within our daily experience. Current circumstance assessment reveals opportunities available within existing structure through conscious examination of which activities provide intrinsic satisfaction, utilize natural gifts, serve others' needs, and contribute to practical sustainability in ways that create meaning even when they don't match idealized purpose expectations. The parent managing family logistics experiences Ikigai through nurturing family development, love, utilizing organizational and interpersonal skills, competence, supporting family member growth, service, and maintaining household economy that enables flourishing and sustainability. Even when these activities don't match cultural images of purposeful career achievement. Recognition of this existing purpose integration often increases satisfaction more dramatically than external changes designed to find purpose. The teacher who stays late to help struggling students expresses purpose through education, passion, love, pedagogical expertise, competence, student development service, need, and professional sustainability on payment, regardless of salary levels or administrative frustrations that might overshadow this meaningful core. Conscious appreciation of this purpose alignment within challenging circumstances often proves more beneficial than seeking different employment. Morning Ikigai awareness involves beginning each day by identifying how planned activities could serve purpose elements, creating conscious connection between routine tasks and life meaning rather than waiting for perfect career alignment to experience purpose. This practice transforms ordinary activities into purposeful engagement through attention rather than requiring external changes. For checking email, spend 2 minutes considering, how might today's activities express what I love? Where can my gifts serve others' needs? What small contributions might create meaning within routine tasks? This brief intention setting often reveals purpose opportunities that would otherwise remain invisible within busy schedules. The accountant preparing budget reports might recognize analytical love within number patterns, appreciate problem-solving gifts that help organizations make wise decisions, notice service to colleagues who depend on accurate information, and acknowledge economic sustainability that enables family security. These recognitions transform routine work into purposeful expression without requiring different employment. Micro-Ikigai awareness means noticing moments throughout daily activities when multiple purpose elements converge through routine tasks, interactions, or experiences that provide glimpses of integrated living within ordinary circumstances. These moments often pass unnoticed unless conscious attention creates space for recognition and appreciation. During conversation with colleagues, notice when your natural diplomatic skills help resolve tension, gift-serving need, while discussing subjects that genuinely interest you, love, within professional context that provides economic sustainability. During family dinner preparation, observe how nurturing love expresses through cooking skills, competence, that serve family nutrition, need within household economy, sustainability. Evening integration review includes reflecting on daily experiences for purpose elements that were present, including satisfaction, sources, skill applications, service contributions, and sustainability support that created meaning within routine activities. This practice builds recognition of existing purpose integration while identifying opportunities for conscious enhancement. Rather than judging the day by dramatic achievement standards, ask, where did I experience authentic engagement today? How did my natural abilities serve others' needs? What small contributions created satisfaction beyond the task itself? How did various activities support overall life sustainability? This reflection often reveals purpose expressions that occurred without conscious recognition. Seasonal purpose rhythms recognize that Ikigai expression naturally varies with energy levels, life circumstances, and developmental phases rather than requiring constant identical output. Summer might emphasize community engagement and active service, while winter focuses on learning, reflection, and family intimacy. Spring energy supports new project development, while autumn invites harvest appreciation and preparation for different expression modes. Weekly Purpose Portfolio Review examines how different activities contribute various purpose elements rather than expecting single activities to provide complete integration. Monday's analytical work might primarily serve economic sustainability while utilizing problem-solving gifts. Wednesday's volunteer mentoring might express nurturing love and service drive. Weekend creative projects might provide pure, authentic expression that balances other activities' practical focus. This portfolio approach prevents pressure for every activity to perfectly align with all purpose elements while maintaining overall integration that serves both individual satisfaction and collective contribution through conscious balance rather than forced optimization of each component. Evolution through life phases. Purpose as living practice, life purpose expression necessarily evolves through different developmental phases, changing circumstances, and shifting capabilities rather than representing fixed identity that must be maintained regardless of practical realities. Understanding Ikigai as dynamic process prevents frustration when life changes make previous expressions impractical while creating opportunities for purpose evolution that builds upon rather than abandons previous development. Young adult Ikigai typically emphasizes exploration and identity development through diverse experience seeking, skill building through education and early career involvement, relationship formation that provides social connection, and practical independence establishment that creates foundation for future development. The recent graduate exploring various jobs and volunteer activities expresses appropriate purpose through learning about different fields, love, developing professional competencies on skill, contributing to organizations they join need, and establishing financial independence, sustainability, even without clear long-term direction. The wisdom of exploration over premature specialization recognizes that early purpose development often requires broad experience that reveals authentic interests, natural gifts, and contribution opportunities that wouldn't be apparent through narrow focus or pressure to choose life direction before accumulating sufficient self-knowledge and world awareness. The young person working temporary positions in nonprofit organizations, businesses, schools, and community groups gains purpose satisfaction through contributing to each context while developing understanding of various organizational cultures, work styles, and service approaches that inform later choices about sustainable integration. Midlife Ikigai often shifts toward integration and contribution through career application of accumulated skills, family responsibility that provides deep meaning, community involvement that serves collective needs, and economic stability that enables broader service opportunities. This phase frequently involves purpose deepening rather than dramatic redirection, as earlier exploration bears fruit through more focused but still evolving expression. Someone who becomes deeply involved in their child's school demonstrates evolved purpose through education advocacy, love, utilizing professional skills for school improvement, competence, serving educational community need, and maintaining career success that enables volunteer time, sustainability. This integration wouldn't have been possible during earlier phases that required different developmental priorities. The integration challenge of midlife involves balancing multiple legitimate responsibilities, career advancement, family care, community contribution, personal development, that can feel overwhelming if approached with young adult expectations of singular focus or elder phase assumptions about simplified priorities. Purpose integration during this phase often requires seasonal attention to different elements, rather than simultaneous perfect balance. Elder Ikigai frequently emphasizes wisdom sharing and legacy creation through mentoring younger people, cultural preservation activities, spiritual development that provides meaning beyond achievement, and resource management that enables continued contribution despite physical limitations. The retired professional who volunteers at community organizations expresses mature purpose through sharing accumulated knowledge, love, applying expertise in service contexts, skill, addressing community needs, service, and utilizing retirement resources for meaningful contribution, sustainability. The liberation of elder purpose emerges as external pressures for achievement and advancement diminish, creating space for authentic expression that serves satisfaction and contribution without requiring professional advancement or income generation. This freedom often enables more direct purpose expression than earlier phases allowed. The former executive who discovers profound satisfaction in teaching literacy to adult learners, using communication gifts developed through professional experience to serve educational needs that provide meaning unavailable through career success. The parent whose children have reached independence, enabling volunteer work with youth organizations that combines nurturing abilities with community service. Transition periods require patience with temporary misalignment, while new purpose expressions develop. Major life changes, including job loss, relationship changes, health challenges, or relocation, may temporarily disrupt established purpose patterns while creating opportunities for purpose evolution that wasn't previously considered necessary or possible. During unemployment, someone might discover purpose through supporting other job seekers, love, utilizing networking skills, competence, serving others facing similar challenges, need, and exploring alternative income approaches, sustainability, that wouldn't have developed during stable employment, but provide foundation for more authentic later integration. The continuity within change principle reveals how authentic purpose elements persist across life transitions, even when specific expressions change dramatically. The nurturing drive that expresses through direct childcare during parenting years might evolve into mentoring colleagues during professional peak, then community service during retirement, maintaining core element while adapting to changing circumstances and capabilities. Integration within practical constraints, finding purpose in real life. Authentic Ikigai development recognizes that most people must work within significant practical constraints, including family responsibilities, financial obligations, geographic limitations, and health considerations that affect available options for purpose expression. Rather than viewing these as obstacles, mature Ikigai approaches consider them as context that shapes rather than prevents meaningful development. Constraints often reveal rather than prevent authentic purpose because limitations force creative solutions that expose gifts, interests, and service opportunities that wouldn't emerge under perfect conditions. The single parent whose time constraints lead to discovering efficient tutoring methods that help both their own children and neighbors. The person with mobility limitations whose adaptation creates insights valuable for accessibility advocacy. Financial constraints don't eliminate purpose possibilities, but influence how purpose elements find expression within economic realities that require creative rather than conventional approaches. Someone supporting family members may find deep meaning in this service, love, while developing financial management skills, competence that serve family needs, service, through steady employment, sustainability, even when career doesn't perfectly match other interests. The janitor whose economic circumstances require practical employment discovers purpose through creating clean, welcoming environments, love of order and hospitality, developing efficiency systems, competence, serving building occupants' needs, service, while maintaining family economic stability, sustainability. Recognition of this existing purpose integration often provides more satisfaction than pursuing unrealistic career changes. Family responsibilities provide profound purpose opportunities through child nurturing, elder care, partnership support, and household management that serves multiple people's well-being while developing capabilities that apply beyond family contexts. The single parent working multiple jobs to support children demonstrates powerful Ikigai through family devotion, love, developing resilience and efficiency skills, competence, providing essential care, service, and maintaining family economic stability, sustainability, regardless of career limitations. The skills developed through family caregiving prove remarkably transferable to community service, workplace effectiveness, and personal development in ways that wouldn't occur without the intensive learning that family responsibility provides. Crisis management abilities developed through parenting special needs children. Diplomatic skills refined through family conflict resolution. Resource management expertise gained through stretching limited budgets. Geographic limitations don't prevent purpose development, but influence how interests and skills find local expression through community involvement, workplace contribution, and family service that creates meaning within available contexts rather than requiring relocation or dramatic lifestyle changes. Someone living in a small town might express environmental passion through local conservation projects, utilize analytical skills through volunteer bookkeeping for community organizations, serve regional development needs, and supplement income through part-time environmental education, rather than requiring relocation to major environmental organizations. Health limitations often redirect purpose toward deeper rather than broader expression, as physical constraints create opportunities for wisdom development, skill refinement, and service approaches that emphasize quality over quantity, depth over scope, and authentic connection over impressive achievement. The former athlete whose injury prevents competition discovers coaching abilities that serve young people's development while expressing continued sports love through teaching rather than performance. The professional whose chronic illness requires reduced work schedule finds meaning in peer support activities that utilize accumulated experience while serving others facing similar challenges. Economic creativity for purpose support recognizes that financial sustainability can emerge through countless arrangements that honor both practical needs and authentic expression. part-time employment that funds volunteer work, seasonal patterns that balance income generation with service activities, geographic arbitrage that enables purpose expression within limited budgets, shared resources that reduce individual economic pressures while supporting community contribution. The constraint creativity connection reveals how limitations often force innovation that creates more authentic purpose expression than unlimited resources would allow. The teacher working with minimal supplies discovers creative methods that prove more effective than expensive programs. The community organizer operating without funding develops grassroots approaches that create deeper engagement than well-funded alternatives. Working with rather than against constraints transforms limitations from obstacles into creative parameters that focus rather than prevent purpose development. Like gardeners who create stunning beauty within small spaces, challenging soil conditions, or difficult climates through understanding their particular context rather than fighting it, authentic purpose development often emerges through skillful work within available circumstances rather than requiring their elimination. Living as Ikigai. Expression, purpose, and contentment. Integration. When Ikigai transforms from concept to understand into daily lived reality, it creates a particular quality of satisfaction that differs significantly from happiness based on favorable circumstances or achievements. This purpose-infused contentment emerges from alignment between authentic expression and meaningful contribution, creating internal sense of rightness that supports baseline satisfaction regardless of temporary difficulties or external recognition. The difference between happiness and fulfillment in Ikigai living reveals itself through stability during challenging circumstances, motivation that doesn't require external validation, and satisfaction that deepens rather than diminishes through expression. Happiness often depends on things going well. Fulfillment emerges from living authentically regardless of outcomes. Someone whose work aligns with their Ikigai experiences satisfaction even during difficult periods because the work itself provides meaning. Challenges become opportunities for growth rather than threats to well-being. Recognition feels pleasant but unnecessary because the intrinsic value of the contribution provides sufficient motivation for continued engagement. Purpose expression reduces rather than increases life pressure when approached authentically because aligned activity feels natural rather than forced, sustainable rather than exhausting, and integrative rather than fragmenting. Authentic purpose serves as organizing principle that simplifies decision-making while providing criteria for evaluating opportunities based on alignment rather than external impressiveness. The ripple effects of lived Ikigai on family and community create expanding circles of positive influence as authentic expression naturally serves collective well-being while providing individual satisfaction. Children witness adults living meaningfully. Colleagues experience the increased engagement that purpose provides. Communities benefit from contributions that emerge from genuine care rather than obligation. Ikigai as daily spiritual practice emerges when purpose expression becomes conscious offering of gifts rather than mere personal satisfaction or achievement. Each day's work becomes opportunity for service. Each challenge becomes chance for growth. Each interaction becomes possibility for authentic connection that serves both individual development and collective flourishing. Seasonal rhythms in purpose expression allow for natural variation in Ikigai emphasis without losing overall integration. Winter might focus more on reflection, learning, and family intimacy. Spring energy supports new project development. Summer enables active community engagement. Autumn invites appreciation of contributions made in preparation for different expression modes. The enough principle in purpose living creates satisfaction with meaningful contribution, rather than requiring constant expansion, achievement, or recognition. Like gardeners who find deep satisfaction in maintaining beautiful, productive spaces rather than constantly acquiring more land, authentic Ikigai often involves deepening rather than enlarging purpose expression. Purpose portfolio balance recognizes that complete Ikigai integration might involve multiple activities rather than single career focus, with different elements receiving emphasis through various channels. Professional work might primarily serve economic sustainability while utilizing certain gifts. Volunteer activities might express service drive and authentic interests. Creative pursuits might provide pure self-expression that balances other activities' practical focus. Integration, celebration practices involve regular recognition and appreciation of moments when purpose elements converge naturally through daily activities, creating gratitude for existing alignment rather than constant pressure for improvement. These might include evening reflection on meaningful moments, weekly appreciation of service opportunities, monthly recognition of skill development, and seasonal celebration of contributions made. The generative nature of lived Ikigai reveals itself as authentic purpose expression, creates energy and opportunities, rather than depleting resources, enabling increased contribution and deeper satisfaction through positive cycles where meaningful work generates a capacity for further service, rather than exhaustion that requires recovery time. When Ikigai becomes living practice rather than achievement to maintain, daily life transforms into continuous opportunity for purposeful engagement that honors both your authentic nature and the practical realities within which meaningful contribution actually occurs. This integration creates foundation for satisfaction that supports not only personal contentment, but also the generous engagement with life's opportunities that characterizes individuals who have discovered their place within the larger purposes that serve collective flourishing. The grandmother in Okinawan gardens experiences this integration not because she found perfect circumstances or achieved dramatic purposes, but because she learned to recognize and nurture the purpose elements already present within ordinary life, creating daily experience of meaning that serves both individual satisfaction and community well-being through the simple practice of authentic engagement with whatever opportunities for love, competence, service, and sustainability each day provides. Through patient attention to the purpose, threads already woven through your experience, conscious cultivation of alignment between gifts and contribution, and gentle integration of authentic expression within practical circumstances, you discover that Ikigai lives not in dramatic achievement, but in the daily practice of allowing your natural way of being to serve needs larger than individual satisfaction while providing the profound contentment that emerges when life becomes expression of who you most authentically are.